Welcome to Thoroughbred Action from Gulfstream Park. Ron Nicoletti here. It is a nice Sunday afternoon. 9 races on tap. Let's check out those track weather conditions and turn it over to Pete Aiello.
The weather, partly cloudy. Temperatures in the mid-80s in the main track fast, the Tapeta track fast, and the turf course firm. In race number 1, scratch number 2, Miel et Citron. Racing at Gulfstream. Good start at the inside for Do I Look Worried, headed off for the early advantage, moving up between horses. I Love Inez and Fantasy World won't be far away. On the far outside, lime colors of race favorite Must Be the Shoes. She's racing into a joint third now. Back from there, Vanessa's Wish and the newcomer Chizzy has no speed as they take it around the far turn. I Love Stone leads narrowly right alongside Fantasy World, locked up heads apart. It's a length and a half to Must Be the Shoes, who's now third. Fourth at the inside, Do I Look Worried. 2.5 more to I Love Inez, then Vanessa's Wish and Chizzy. They reach the top of the stretch. A quarter of a mile remains. Gilbert Torres and I Love Stone have the lead off the turn. They lead by almost a length. Fantasy World is second. Swung to the center. Must Be the Shoes. Tries to finish up. Off cover now comes Do I Look Worried with an eighth of a mile to go. With the advantage, I Love Stone. Down the center, Must Be the Shoes. Tries to reach. At the inside, it's Do I Look Worried. Just yards to go. On the outside, Must Be the Shoes. Lifting up. Must Be the Shoes is in front. Must Be the Shoes almost a length in the end from I Love Stone. Closer third, Do I Look Worried or I Love Inez in 57-1. And they're off. At the rail, Strike was away quickly and reaches out for the early advantage. Moving to him is Ford Roadster, and these two race on. Ford Roadster giving Strike a pace tussle. Away third, that's What a Deal, and outside Liberty Rings in front of Friday Night Club. The early trailer, Raging Menace. To the far turn they go. Ford Roadster is up to challenge for control now. At the rail, Strike tries to find something, but he's back to second now. 2.5 more to Liberty Rings, who's now third. They reach the top of the stretch inside the final 5/16. Ford Roadster on the outside. Strike is a bit green. Camacho trying to get him to figure it out toward the rail. 2 back to Liberty Rings. He's now third, and he's only 3 lengths off the in-battle duo as they straighten for the drive. On the outside, it's Ford Roadster, who now appears to have things put away. Trying to battle hard. Strike is at the rail. Strike's coming back a touch on Ford Roadster. They're both slowing down. Liberty Rings surging to the first wire. Ford Roadster wins. Ford Roadster for the money. Liberty Rings in a place picture with Strike. Then Friday Night Club, 52-3.
Any success that we've enjoyed is directly attributable to the men and women who first bring horses to us to sell. You got to have good product. If we're able to attract quality horses to our sale with quality men and women selling them, we're going to have good sales. Everything that we do is going to be to achieve success tomorrow by doing things right today. It's a commitment to get up and do the right thing every day in a consistent and a professional fashion, and that's a great recipe for success long term.
They're off. Night Raven off a step slow. Capernaum off a step quick and reaching out for the early lead with Gus Swayze on his outside. Magneto comes away a joint third. VIN numbers toward the rail. Then it's Night Raven and the early trailer is Antonino. Around the first turn they go with Capernaum using his inside edge for a half a length advantage over Gus Swayze and VIN number second and third. Fighting the rating a touch is Magneto fourth and on a grip, 2.5 better than Night Raven, and his stablemate Antonino is last of all, past a quarter in 24-1. To the backstretch they go. Miguel Vasquez trying to harness the speed of Capernaum, who only has a narrow lead. Gus Swayze is alongside in second for Paco Lopez, a length and a half better than VIN number. Magneto for company on his outside. The Sano duo are at the back, led by Night Raven and the trailer Antonino. The leader is Capernaum. Half a mile from the finish, Capernaum nursed on the top end through a 47 2/2 mile, no breather for him. Gus Swayze is on the chase from second. Magneto yet to play his hand. He's on the outside of VIN number in a joint third. The other two, Night Raven and Antonino, well back here as they round the far turn. Less than 5/16 to go. Vasquez lets out a notch on Capernaum. He gets a response and leads again by almost a length. In a more earnest position now is Gus Swayze from second, 2.5 more to Magneto third. He's running home a touch for Camacho, within 4 lengths of the leader and in range, and they're off the turn in the stretch drive. Capernaum has the lead. Gus Swayze tries again. Magneto's at the rail. They're an eighth of a mile from home. Miguel Vasquez trying to get one more furlong from Capernaum. His strides are shortening. Closing ground is Gus Swayze. Magneto's at the rail. Capernaum trying to get home. Magneto, Gus Swayze. Magneto with a late dive. Capernaum held on. Capernaum held off Magneto and beat him ahead with third Gus Swayze. 141-1. And they're off. At the rail, No Compromise comes out firing. Big Beautiful Bill moves to take him on. Some crowding in the center. In between horses, here's 100 Kings rushing forward to challenge for control. 100 Kings now finds a stride to take on No Compromise. So the two favorites exchange notes in the run to the half-mile point. They're going very quick. Big Beautiful Bill is now third. They've put 6 on Yaco PR, then Noble Pride. Enchanting Tale Compromise at the break and is last of all as they speed around the far turn. Less than 3 furlongs to go, chasing Torrealba, and No Compromise, who tries to sneak away. 100 Kings tries to stay with him second, 3 back to Big Beautiful Bill third, with 5/16 to go. No Compromise, rationed along nicely, still in front, working harder. 100 Kings within the next second, 3 back. Big Beautiful Bill tries to reap the spoils of the fast pace while racing in third. They're on their way home. On the outside of the leader is 100 Kings trying to press past No Compromise, who's very game. They're an eighth of a mile from home. No Compromise, 100 Kings on the outside, and Camacho gets a lead change from 100 Kings, and that gives him the lead. 100 Kings, he is the best here. 100 Kings, a hard-fought 2-length winner. No Compromise was second. Nicely clear of Big Beautiful Bill third, Enchanting Tale fourth in 1:10-2. And they're off. Good start in the center for My Great Illusion in the yellow. Headed off for challenge for control with Swinging Solo. Down at the inside, Titan, he won't be far away in the run to the first turn. It's a tightly knit group as Wanna Be Loved is next and Burna Blue's on the far outside. The gray is Internal Capital. There's one not keeping up, and that's Kryptonym at the back. Around the first turn they go. Mia Nichols and long shot My Great Illusion over to the rail and on top, a length and a quarter. Wanna Be Loved and second with Titan alongside. Swinging Solo backs off the race in fourth now. Up to the far outside, Burna Blue. Internal Capital's between him. Then it's Bobby Bob and 4 to Kryptonym. 24-2 for the opening quarter. New leader, it's Wanna Be Loved, who shoves a neck in front. My Great Illusion tries to counter the attack from second. Internal Capital is racing in third. Burna Blue kept into the clear by Bravo, only 4 lengths off the lead. Covered up is Titan in front of Swinging Solo. Then to the outside, Bobby Bob and 4 to Kryptonym. A stacking packing group behind leader Wanna Be Loved, who tries to sneak away through a 48-second half mile. Wanna Be Loved to the turn on top by 2. Berna Blue is on the outside with dead aim and clear racetrack to work with, and there he goes now. Berna Blue is on the move to try to go get Wanna Be Loved as they round the far turn. It's Wanna Be Loved in front. Berna Blue on the outside is now second and only a neck behind. 5 ahead of Titan, who's now third. Then to the outside, Swinging Solo, and they're on their way home. 3/4, 1:11 and 3. They turn in. Berna Blue now shoves a half a length in front. Wanna Be Loved cuts the corner to try to stay with him. 6 ahead of Swinging Solo. They're an eighth of a mile from home. Berna Blue, he has the lead. Wanna Be Loved trying to get off the mat and fight back second. 6 ahead of Bobby Bob, who's on for third. Yards to go for Berna Blue. Driven out by Bravo, and he's done enough. Berna Blue to win it. Second, Wanna Be Loved. Third, Bobby Bob, and Krypton M went from last to fourth in 1:43 and 2.
At the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, we believe in giving every thoroughbred a second chance.
And thanks to you, the owners, trainers, breeders, and every supporter,
You've created a ripple effect of change that's helping these magnificent animals move on to new careers and safe, fulfilling lives after racing.
Every single donation, whether big or small, is contributing to a brighter future.
But this race is just beginning. Because of you, we have gained incredible momentum and we're ready for more.
Ready now for the late pick 4. And they're off. At the rail, Brother Brad well served at the break. In the center, Outlaw Country won't be far away. Out in the middle, it's Blue Slide Park. Antillian ridden for forward position today. Antillian is in front as they run out of the chute. It's Antillian and a surprise move leading by a neck over Blue Slide Park in second. At the rail, Brother Brad is now third as the big favorite. Johnny Quist is between horses. In the blue, Outlaw Country is second last, and the trailer is Speed Control. Speaking of Speed Control, Antillian doing just that, controlling the speed, 3 parts better than Blue Slide Park. An inviting opening at the rail for veteran Brother Brad. He's biding his time under Miguel Vasquez. From behind the speed, it's Johnny Quist. Angled to the center, blue colors, Outlaw Country fed some open racetrack, and 3 to the trailer, Speed Control. Past the half-mile marker and moving to the far turn, Antillian has the lead. Pressed now by Blue Slide Park through a 47 and 2 half-mile. Outlaw Country together with Brother Brad third and fourth. 3 back to the inside, Johnny Quist, and Speed Control at the back. They speed around the far turn. They pass the 5/16, and it's Blue Slide Park who has the lead. From the back, here's Speed Control. Last early and circling horses on the move. Speed Control on a big move out wide at a big price. 3/4, 112 and 2. They're on their way home. Plenty of hopes here. Speed Control flattening out a touch now. Antillian is out for the inside, and Brother Brad looks for a seam from between Blue Slide Park. Who do you like here? Yards to go. Speed Control now puts ahead in front. Brother Brad runs at him, but Speed Control, he moves away in the end at 30-1. Speed Control went last to first to spring a big upset, beating Brother Brad and Blue Slide Park in 138 and 2. They're off and running. Cooey broke right on the money, and she strides clear to a 1.5 length advantage with no problem. Second is Rock the Rainbow at the rail. It's Along Comes a Woman. She's now third. From between horses, Gallup de Hermé is fourth ahead of Costa Amalfitana. The trailer is Puckered. En route to the half-mile point, Micah Husband's looking for 2 on the day. He has the big favorite Cooey in front, with Rock the Rainbow the nearest pursuer second. At the rail, Along Comes a Woman is now third. Back to fourth goes Galop d'Hermé. From fifth, Costa Amalfitana, about 7 lengths off the lead. Way back to Puckered. Around the far turn they race. They're inside the 3 furlong point. With the advantage, Cooey. Up on the outside, Rock the Rainbow, 3 wide. Galop d'Hermé is charging into a contending spot. Making ground on the top 2 is she. 4 in front of Costa Amalfitana. Along Comes a Woman is tamely backed away. Puckered tries to get a rally together. They're on their way home. Galop d'Hermé on the outside. Cooey toward the rail. These two, they brush with 1/8 of a mile to go. Outside, it's Galop d'Hermé who shoves a neck on top. Cooey, emboldened by the challenge and tries to fight right back. Puckered is making up a lot of ground. She's now third with yards to go. It's Galop d'Hermé in front. Here's Puckered flying into second. It's in front, Galop d'Hermé. Galop d'Hermé wins. I'm pretty sure Puckered nailed the favorite Cooey for second in 1:10 and 3. They're off. They're off. Late daily double and first racing coast-to-coast pick 5 underway with Replevin, who gets the first call. Moving out the rail, that's Epico on to challenge. Into the top flight, Shotgun is in the red colors on the 3 wide side. The favorite Irish Gent is already under a Camacho grip, drafting along in a great spot. 3 lengths in front of Masayoshi, and the trailer is Yankee Drummer. Around the first turn they go. Epico leads by almost 2. Replevin is second from Irish Gent, who's poised to strike in third. Shotgun is an early fourth. Back to fifth is Masayoshi, and Yankee Drummer is the trailer. Separated by about 6 lengths past a quarter in 23 and 2. Down the backstretch they go. Paca Lopez and Epico. They lead narrowly. Replevin. Up alongside now in second. In the waiting room, third is Irish Gent. Back to fourth in Shotgun. Still at the back are Masayoshi and Yankee Drummer. En route to the half-mile point. The leader is Epico, taken on again by Replevin through a 48-second half-mile. Irish Gent is still patiently handled third at the inside with Shotgun for company. Then it's Masayoshi and Yankee Drummer. Into the far turn they go. The question now is when and if will Irish Gent find room. He needs room bad. He's fourth at the inside. Bracketed in by Shotgun, who tries to get started ahead of him. Already started ahead of him is Replevin, who takes a neck in front. Off the turn in the stretch drive, it's Replevin doing battle with Epico. They continue to spar. Now trying to run home is Irish Gent. On the outside of him, Shotgun toward the inside, Masayoshi. Final 16th of a mile. Replevin has the lead. Irish Gent getting out late. Time might be running out. Here comes Irish Gent late. Replevin digs. Replevin holds. Replevin turned back Irish Gent. It was a bit flat once he got clear. He ended up second, 134 and 3. They're in the gate. And runners away. Fashionable Kitty away well in the center. Down at the inside, Fully Entitled is on the move. Splitting them, My Sweet Adeline won't be far away. Rocio comes away in fourth. Up to the outside, that's Mamuka. And the early trailer is Mario's Sweet Girl. Out of the chute onto the main track, Jorge Gonzalez riding for a double. He has the gray My Sweet Adeline on top, a length and a quarter. Fashionable Kitty second, Fully Entitled at the rail third. Rolcio back to fourth, improving at the rail is Mario Sweet Girl, and Mamuka is last. En route to the half-mile point, working into the clear is Fully Entitled. Edwin Gonzalez looking for 3 in a row, and he's got the favorite racing between horses and up to challenge for control. Fully Entitled now takes control in the run past the half-mile marker. My Sweet Adeline is second, Fashionable Kitty is third, Mamuka fourth. Up to the inside, Mario Sweet Girl, and now the trailer is Rolcio. Around the far turn they go. They're 3 furlongs from the money. The favorite is in front with a length and a half to work with. In front here is Fully Entitled by almost 2. Mamuka at a price, launching a bid into second. It's a bold bid too. Here comes Mamuka. She can close too. And back to third, it's Fashionable Kitty. 4 ahead of Mario Sweet Girl. They reach the top of the stretch. Mamuka within a neck of Fully Entitled, who has her ears up, and she's still in front. Mamuka is second. 5 ahead of Fashionable Kitty third. Mamuka got within about a length, and then Fully Entitled said, see you later. She's now opened a 3-length lead. Mamuka is second. Fashionable Kitty is third. Mario Sweet Girl is fourth. But the favorite will deliver. Edwin Gonzalez wins 3 in a row to conclude the race week, and Fully Entitled is a geared down 9th race winner. Mamuka second. Fashionable Kitty third. Mario Sweet Girl fourth. Then My Sweet Adeline in the 9th.
And that wraps up the week's action. We're back here on Thursday with an 8-race corner, first race post, 12:50 p.m. You got to be at Gulfstream Park.